can sit and talk to you for hours. Laying on your chest for hours. Child, here we go. I said, here we MNF and go, baby. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, baby. Let's see. Alive and in the flesh. I'm back. Let me see this real quick. Okay, volume up. Let's do it. Yes, Lord, I'm back. And let me tell y'all something. I'm happy to be back. Happy as hell. Oh, my stomach. I feel like my stomach is tripping. Oh, hey, y'all. Hi. Hey. So, I took the day off yesterday. I sure did. I took the whole day off, you see. Um, Baby, I needed the day off yesterday to go touch grass and finish up. Well, I'm not even finished. School shop. Shout out to that. And like I'm back now. Okay. So yes, y'all, I'm happy to freaking be back. It is what it is. Shout out to that. Yeah, and unfortunately, YouTube has this rule. We gotta do all of this. You see, just for the coin, we gotta do all of this. So it is what it is, child. I'm clocking in. I'm back. I'm ready to put my hours and hours and hours in YouTube. Hello. If you could please not stop my life, please. But I'm not even blaming YouTube. I think last week, child, I had began to cook. Yeah, like Glorilla said. Hey, good morning. Last week I had just started cooking and my life just ended. I said, what? Anyway, I was talking about Dr. Brian before my life just abruptly ended last week. Was that Friday? I guess that was Friday, y'all. So yeah, that was annoying as heck. But it is what it is. YouTube, I need my live to stay live. Okay? It is what it is, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. But yeah, I think it was my anyway, last week I was talking to y'all about Dr. Brian, right? And how, being single don't really go with her online persona, I would say. You know what I'm saying? And to me, and I take it a step further, it's just not even just her online persona. It also doesn't go with her job. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's almost like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit the script. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit her script. What she fails to realize. I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah, it's four. It's four something in the morning for me. Shout out to that. I'm an early bird though. I like to get up and get it. The only time I don't get up early is when I, wake up out my sleep, you know, and I be up all night type stuff. But yes, y'all. I had a good ass weekend. I hope y'all did too. I had a good weekend. Um, like I said yesterday, I got out and touched some grass. Okay, did a little school shopping. I'm excited. I don't know why. I'm ready for school. this year. But yes, y'all, YouTube be wanting you to like put in all of these hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. So it is what it is. Shout out to that. Your girl is here. You see, like Salt and Pepper said, your girl is here. Hey. Mm-hmm. Shout out to that. And I'm gonna be here for a while too. So if y'all, you see, you want some company, you want to come talk that talk with me, y'all make sure y'all jump in my comments. Now, y'all please don't get blocked. I don't really like blocking people. Because I'm a commenter. I love commenting. You know what I'm saying? I love a good comment section. Um And so, like, yeah, I like when y'all are able to um, comment too. You know what I'm saying? Say how y'all feel and stuff like that. But at the same time, y'all gotta know that y'all can't be just saying oh any old thing in people comments. It is what it is. I mean, for the most part, I don't really care like that. But you know, it's other people reading, so you got to be respectful of them and what they think. Um, yeah, and then YouTube. YouTube ain't going for a lot of whatever, whatever. Hey, I know that's right. Shout out to everybody who jumped in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all lit. Y'all all at work or what's up? Is everybody at work? Y'all all getting y'all coin? Okay, is everybody getting a coin this morning? I'm here for it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm getting dressed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Cause you know, lately I've been getting dressed and it's like, for what? Oh, just to sit around at home. I don't know if I'm doing that today. I don't know. Cause you know, usually I be having stuff to do, but like it's the summertime. Okay, so scratch the to-do list. I really haven't been having that much stuff to do. So like, yeah, to get dressed and just be at home is, yeah, it's been a little insane. It is what it is. But you know, school is about to start back for everybody around here. So it is what it is. After that, I'll be getting dressed. You see? Yeah, shout out to that. In a minute, I'm gonna be getting dressed for school. It just is what it is. Let me see. I'm just chilling. Oh, put something on my head. Yeah, is that better? Put something on my head while I talk to y'all. It just is what it is. I sure did just wake up at my bed and click live and you see, come talk to y'all. I sure did. Like Clarissa said, that's where you got that good. You see, that's where you just got that good confidence. It just is what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, I don't care nothing about my audience seeing me. You know, it is what it is without my hair done. Y'all can see me did up. Y'all can see me in my natural state. And it's all good for me. I don't care like that. You see, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Either way, I'm I'm nice looking. So shout out to that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure who needed to hear that. Somebody was gonna need to hear that, you see. But yeah. Child, listen. Okay. So we found out that Cash Doll and her boo thing broke up and I said, I told y'all. Now, I was just talking about his butt last week, wasn't I? Yeah. Shout out to that. I was basically saying, like, I don't really know his name like that. I haven't done no research on his bed like that. And I told y'all I was going to do some research out here. I changed my mind. Cash daughter broke up with him. What I need to do some research with him for? I'm like, oh, Lord, is this the last we going to see of him, though? Because I don't care what nobody say. You see, nobody. Yeah, like Keith Sweat said, nobody. Um, That man came off as a cloud chaser. It just is what it is. He came off like he just wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? Um, couple goals, if you will. You know, like I told y'all, it didn't seem natural to me what Cash Doll Dude had going on, you know. Um, like, man, boy, bye. You see, he kept trying to prove to us. I don't know. I can't explain it. He was just doing too much posting for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't no other way to put it. He was just doing too much posting for me. Um, yeah, you know. And this is my thing. It's nothing wrong with loving somebody out loud, but you shouldn't be loving somebody out loud after 30 days, okay? Just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You need to know that you know that you know that you can know that you like somebody before you introduce them to other people. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people do that. And so then here you come introducing somebody every 3 to 6 months. Like, hell no, I don't want to meet no more people. You see, it just is what it is. I don't want to meet no more people. In fact, shit, like, yeah, you know, like, have you even met yourself? Have you even met yourself? See, like in Cash Doll situation, it wasn't nothing wrong with Cash Doll dating. Nothing at all. But I do feel like she just got too serious too fast with that man. Shit. That she barely knew. That's my thing. You don't even know him. Your baby is little as hell. You know what I'm saying? So you still dealing with child, yo emotions. You know what I'm saying? When you just have a baby, you are nowhere near yourself. It take a while before you get to yourself again. You know what I'm saying? Your baby first year of life, your hormones is still trying to, yeah, sing to you. Okay, your hormones. Somebody sing to me, mommy, sing to me. Cause the truth of the matter is, you know what I'm saying? It take a long time for you to get back to being your normal self. You know, like emotionally, you're not yourself. Emotionally, you just different. You know what I'm saying? From having this little, you know, from giving birth and having, you know, giving life to somebody. With that being said, I think it was just too soon for Cash Doll. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It was too soon. She was fresh out of a relationship, man. Her and that man could have let each other make it. But this is the thing. I think that it's nothing wrong with dating. You know what I'm saying? If you want to date somebody exclusively, fine. See, like to me, it was nothing wrong with Cash Doll doing the interview. Hey, Cash Doll, we see you're not with your kid's daddy Tracy any longer. Or are you single? Or are you what you doing? You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with her saying, I'm dating, you know. And that's that. That's it. She shouldn't have never let us know who she was dating. She shouldn't have never been all outside with that stranger. In my opinion, it just is what it is. Y'all don't even be knowing these people, okay? So shout out to that. Y'all don't even be knowing these people. Same thing with Cardi B. Um, mm, mm. Y'all know I could not wait to talk Cash Doll and that dude breaking up. Cause at the end of the day, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. No Makeup. Mr. No Makeup. I said, child, who not surprised? Me. Again, y'all know I wasn't surprised because Mr. No Makeup be doing too much any damn way. It just is what it is. That's another thing. That makeup shit, you know, he was doing too much. How the hell you gonna come around talking about How in the hell is a man gonna put a woman out of her house? Now I'm just playing. But now, for real, how in the hell is you then came around a woman in Hollywood? You see? Yeah, no, no, no. This is for real. Not no postal worker. Again, not a postal worker, not a nurse, not a practitioner, you know, not a cashier. You see, uh, uh, none of these ordinary people that John Legend was talking about. You done brought your ass, uh, Mr. No Makeup. You done brought your ass into Hollywood making demands like that. Talking about no makeup. You don't want a woman that wears makeup. Child, we tried to get ah, ee. It just is what it is. See, a smart woman, we felt that. It is what it is. A smart woman, let me tell you something. A smart woman, baby. We saw that red flag from a mile away. It is what it is. We tried to tell Cash Doll. It's not about this, that, and the third, because it don't be. It's about, sometimes people be weird. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, he was weird. It's no different. Hey, good morning. It's no different than people when people be like, for a healthy relationship, would you get off of social media? No, I wouldn't. How about that? I wouldn't. You see? Because my healthy relationship, I'm gonna be able to be on social media with it. How about that? I just like make it make sense. For a healthy relationship, would you get off of social media? Why would I have to get off of social media for a healthy relationship? Let's start there. For real. Because if you want me off of social media, there's unhealthy signs in that. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it all the way real. Like, nobody should request for somebody to be not be on social media. That's weird. That is weird. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how they try to slice it and dice it. That is social media is not the same. You see, it's almost like they be trying to compare social media to all kinds of stuff. Like to say you don't want a woman on social media is so different than saying I don't want a woman who dances, you know what I'm saying, for a living. Entertainment. Somebody say, I don't think social media is unhealthy for relationships. I don't either. But you got a lot of people who feel like it is. And I didn't heard that question 100 times. And to me, you shouldn't have to get off of social media for a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship should be able to strive. I mean, thrive. No, if you don't trust them on social media, you don't need them. I agree. I feel like if listen, if you don't trust your partner on social media, you don't trust them anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't care what nobody say. Like, it's easier to like holler at somebody in person than it is on social media to me. So what are we talking about? Like, you worried about a DM when you should be worried about, you know, like, you got bigger fish to fry. If you don't trust your person, you just don't trust your person. It don't matter where they are in the world. You see? It just is what it is. So that social media shit is dead. But like now, when it comes to Cash Doll and him talking about he don't want her wearing the makeup, like that was a red flag, for me. Okay. It just is what it is. That was a red flag for me. All right. Because first of all, like, what's like, what? Are you cool? Makeup, bro? It's just makeup. You see, it's just makeup. But y'all know we already talked about that. I talked about that with y'all last week. It is what it is. I think that a lot of men be tripping over the fact that makeup be like getting on their clothes and stuff like that. If you ask me, I think that's the only reason why they don't like makeup. They don't know how to be real enough to say. I just don't like it because it be ruining stuff. Because I'll keep it real. I don't necessarily like that about makeup either. I cannot stand that about makeup. I hate that it doesn't come out. I do hate that. But I also told y'all last week how I ain't never ruined that much stuff with my makeup either. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. I'm married. I got a spouse. I haven't ruined none of his shit either with my makeup. So then again, I started saying I think guys be tripping. Just going a little too far. Um, and then another thing I think they trip on. I think they feel like some women look extremely different with their makeup uh on. Hold on. I think a lot of men think that some women look extremely different, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, but they I think they feel like makeup be bamboozling them. You know what I'm saying? Like some women look way better with it on. And they don't like that either. Cause it's almost like, okay, I met you, I thought you was this, and then you took your makeup off and it was just a little different. It was a little too different. You know what I'm saying? I think that be happening too. But at the end of the day, no, this is Cash Doll. You know what I'm saying? He know what Cash Doll look like. It is what it is. Um, shoot. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But this is my thing. That's like Jay-Z telling Beyonce that. That's why I'm like, that's why I brought up all them jobs and all of that, all of that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get with no entertainer, okay? In their prime and then tell them no ish like that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, you get with a woman, right? That don't be wearing makeup. It just is what it is. You don't get with a woman that always got makeup on to say no shit like that. It just is what it is. Like it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I said, what's the call it is an entertainer. She's an entertainer, you know. And believe it or not, like some women like me, you know what I'm saying? Me for an example. I hate using myself, but it is what it is. I will every now and then if it fits you know, if it fits what I'm talking about. And this is the thing. Like, you got a lot of women who um love being natural. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women who love being natural in their natural state. Don't really feel like dealing with all the stuff that makeup come with sometimes. Honestly, truthfully. But then at the end of the day, you have women who are entertainers. Period. You know. Um oh, that's what I wanted to say. So, like for instance, you got a lot of women who like I said, they love naturally being themselves, right? But I feel like when it comes to um the industry, I think they be looking at them like something's missing. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. It's just like I just feel like they are expected, you know what I'm saying, to have makeup on. And it's crazy too because it's like some stuff I get. Like if you finna go sit down with Jennifer Hudson, put some makeup on. You know what I'm saying? If you finna go sit down on the ABC show, you finna be on TMZ, just different little shows. But like some of these podcasts, the Breakfast Club and all of that. Like, I just feel like, women should be able to be in their natural states more. But what a lot of people fail to realize is, Oprah couldn't do her show without no makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Wendy wasn't finna do her show without no makeup on. You know? It's just like certain jobs require you to be done up. I mean, done up to the gods every day. You know what I'm saying? And here he come trying to change a woman like Cash Doll, who we know be always done up to the gods. Like, boy, go on. It was weird. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It was weird. Um, for me, it was weird for me. You know what I'm saying? In my most humble uh, personal opinion. I know a lot of people thought it was cute. You got a lot of people who thought that was cute. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people who think it's cute when men say that. It is what it is. I don't have no opinion really. All I would say is don't try to change your woman, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you get with a woman who wear makeup, don't be trying to tell her like, I eek, like, yeah, makeup gives me the ick. That's weird. If makeup gives you the ick, then why are you trying to talk to this beautiful lady at this party that got makeup on? You see? Nah, you supposed to look around and find your no makeup girl. It just is what it is. You don't get with a makeup girl and then try to make her not wear makeup no more. I just feel like, you know, um, allow people to be themselves and then they'll be happier with you, I feel like. Um, but again, he was just doing too much. And I know that y'all feel like, oh my God, it's just makeup, but now, truth of the matter is, if he would have held back on that makeup shit, he probably would still be with Cash Doll right now. He was just doing too much. If you let Cash Doll tell it, they wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, because well, she said they just don't see eye to eye. So that lets me know too that he's a very, 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 very strong opinionated man. He a strong opinionated man if he tried to tell that lady not to wear her damn makeup. He lost his mind. He did. He did. People thought that shit was cute though. Now I will say this though. I will say this though. I do think it is. It's. I do. Now I will say this. I gotta keep it real. I do think that it was extremely cute. I think it's cute for a man to say, "Baby, baby, I think you look good without no makeup." You know what I'm saying? I think you look better without it. Like it ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just um when you tell how they be saying it these days. You know what I'm saying? These days they be quick to say, "I don't like a woman who wears makeup," and that's what he came off as. He came off like that's how he was saying it. It's a different way to say things. Um, Cause I ain't gonna lie, makeup does enhance a woman's look. It does, y'all. It does. Like I could put on some makeup right now and feel like I look good. But then I can also put on some makeup right now and feel like I see flaws in it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like it's like it's not flawless. It's not flawless. So although it can make a woman look better, sometimes it has its imperfections. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. Cause like even for instance, sometimes when I put my lashes on and they be looking all crazy and all lopsided and they don't look the way they should look, then it's just like, damn, I could have just left my natural lashes on. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, the like in other words, like the shit really, really, really gotta be on point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to enhance your beauty, but sometimes it can take away from it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I like to wear makeup, but then sometimes I'm like, I could have did without it. You know what I'm saying? I could do without it because I still think I'm a nice looking woman with or without it. It doesn't matter. It really don't at all. So like for instance, if it's somewhere that I'm gonna be sweating, I would say, then I rather do it makeupless. You see? So shout out to that. Like I like I don't mind wearing my makeup when I'm not gonna be sweating. If I'm gonna be sweating, then the hell with that. Like pool party, nah. You see, um, you know, doing a whole lot of walking, no. You know, like that's not gonna be the makeup setting for me. Makeup for me is more like dinner, you know what I'm saying? Celebration, a party, more like a nighttime vibe, really, honestly. Makeup is not for me cuz I'm a sweater. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sweater, baby. I be sweating. But it is what it is. Like I said, um makeup is not a it's not an end all be all thing. Um it's not like it be flawless. Sometimes it's flawless and sometimes it's not. And that's why I could see now, the I could see why a man be like, baby, you could just do without it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. Cause like, yeah, I mean, if you look good, you look good. If you look good, you just look good. With or without it, like I said. But sometimes, um, sometimes they can have this, you know, um, like when I don't do my makeup 100% the way I like it, or it doesn't come out as nice as I feel like it could have or should have, I'll just be like, shit, I could have did without that. You know, but still though, I could only, man, you know, I really, like I could only imagine how I would feel if my husband said, I don't really like when you wear makeup. You know, I don't know how that would make me feel really because I do like to wear makeup. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know, but I know for a fact it would affect me because everything he says, you know what I'm saying, affects me. It just is what it is. So like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know if that's some shit I would want to hear him say. It just is what it is. Cause it's like, wow. Cause it's like I do that. So it's like say I don't want a woman who wears Nikes. You know, I think tennis shoes are kind of like hood radish. I like women who wear sandals and dresses and heels. You know what I'm saying? I would be taken back by that because I'd be like, well, I wear sandals and heels and dresses. And I got some motherfucking boots too, you see? But I wear tennis shoes too. So what we talking about? Like when you got with me, I had tennis shoes in my closet. So like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you get with a girl that wear tennis shoes and then turn around and say something like that? And it ain't what you say, it's how you say it sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with saying, before I got with you, you see? Yeah, I'm schooling them. I'm schooling them. I don't know who need to hear this, but like, it's nothing wrong with saying it a different way. So you won't hurt your person's feelings or make them feel like, well, damn, are we really compatible? Am I really for you? Because there's nothing wrong with saying, well, before I got with you, I really didn't like women that wear tennis shoes like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, it just is what it is. But like, yeah, Cash Doll, dude. Single again. Back on the prowl. Baby, I thought it was perfect. You see? I thought it was perfect, y'all. Because he was making all them demands. Like the TV people. Mm, mm. Child, I don't know how. This man single again. But hold on. Y'all know I gotta keep up with the time. Hold on, school done started. Oh, but yes, baby, let's talk about it. I said, hold on. Hold on. Okay. And y'all know one thing about me. Y'all hit that like, but I hate to wear my hair. I hate to wear my hair. That's all. You see, that's the move for the day. But anyway, I was sad too. Y'all know I'm an empath. So I was sad. You see? Mm, 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 mm. I said, oh no. You know what I'm saying? Because although I didn't agree with Cash Doll publicly dating this man, because I don't feel like you should publicly date. I feel like you should publicly wait, you see, um, until you know that you know that you know that you know that you're in a relationship with somebody for real. And like I feel like if y'all just humping around, like Bobby Brown said, then don't nobody need to know that. Yeah, that's when you keep people out your business. Now, if y'all gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't think nothing's wrong with the announcement. I don't. But I also feel like new couples don't need to be acting like Ice Cube. Mm. They don't need to be taking nobody on the ride alone. You see, it just is what it is. Until y'all know each other. Did y'all know that y'all know that y'all know that y'all know each other? You know, for real. Come on now. It's the Summer Walker. I said it's the Summer Walker for me. Other than that, you introducing somebody new every 6 months. Every 6 months. New person. Hey, a new person, new person. Like it's just you know, I just don't agree with it. I feel like keep your business to yourself, ladies, for real. If y'all never become boyfriend and girlfriend, if you never get pregnant, why do people need to know that y'all was having each other? It's just weird, you know? Strange to me, even. Um, yeah. Yeah. Um, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. I feel so sorry. And when I found that Cash Doll was going through a breakup, I felt so sorry for Cash Doll. For real. I just gotta get my eyebrows yesterday. My eyebrows done yesterday. while I was at the mall, but I was like, hell no, I don't know them people and they don't know me. You see, it is what it is. I didn't learn my lesson. I just wait. I will fuck it out, baby. Mm. So it is what it is. Y'all got to deal with these eyebrows. Easy. Because I got to deal with the eyebrows. Okay. Uh, what was I telling y'all? Yeah, I was feeling bad for Cash Doll, though. I was. Cause I'm like, now and then that's too another thing too. She on a social media cleanse. She said she just gonna get off of Instagram for a while, and I felt so bad for her. I ain't lying. Because I was like, so now you gotta heal from two breakups. If you ask me. It just is what it is. If you ask me. If you ask me, Cash Doll wasn't over her baby daddy. You wasn't over your baby daddy, so you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hold on. You wasn't even over your kid's daddy. You see? Like, y'all barely just broke up. That's why she should have told that other dude now. You know what I'm saying? How much you want to bet? I'm willing to bet. How much you want to bet? I am willing to bet. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my stuff together. Listen, let me tell you something. I am willing to bet. How much I want to bet? Cash Doll probably told that man. You see? She probably was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just now getting out of a relationship. You know, my common sense tells me that that's probably what she told him. And he probably was like, so, you see, like, I want you now. I want you now, though. You know, I can do so much better. I will be better. I'm better. Oh, yeah, Mr. Preston Curl probably said, I'm different. I'm sure he got his 2 chains on and told her and sold to her how different he was. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm sure he did. You see? I'm sure he did. And baby, it worked. It is what it is. It worked. But to me, okay? To me, Cash Doll, I gotta get me a mirror. I need me a mirror right here. I need to put my mirror right here, right here. Anyway, Cash Doll needed to focus on herself. You see, she needed to tell him, listen, I just had a baby. Boy, I just had a baby. Okay. Okay. Please let me focus on that. It is what it is. I know that's right. Saint Lunatics. I know that's right. Come on, somebody. Ain't that the sound? Child, I ain't never been that way. You know, but I got a friend, a really, really, really close friend. Shout out to my friend. You know who you are. Shout out to G. What's up, G? From out that way. But she live, she's a Texas girl. It is what it is. We took her in, you see. Took her in. And she Texas girl now. But yeah, I got a little homie from St. Louis. And it's crazy too, cause I ain't never been to St. Louis. I think she might have took. I think one of our other friends might have been out there with her, but I ain't never been. But I tell y'all one thing, I heard St. Louis got some good ass for real. I heard y'all got some good ass Chinese food for real. I heard You see, I heard y'all known for y'all Chinese food for real. Let me tell you something. Like Five Marshall Bill said, let me tell you something. I'll come out there for some food now. I sure the hell will. Mm, mm. So shout out to that. I'll come right on out there, eat, and go home. Because that's what I'm planning to do with New Orleans. You see, I just want to go eat. I want to go eat. Lord, I just want to go eat and turn around. I don't know why. I'm just not a traveler. I'm just not a traveler. I know we live in a society today where everybody feel like everybody got to be traveling. If you ain't traveling, you ain't talking about it. But I'm not a traveler, y'all. I'm sure the hell not. So it is what it is. That don't mean I won't. I'm just saying it's not. I don't do it. I am not into traveling. I gotta get me a new spray bottle. My spray bottle tripping. Yeah, I hit the like button. Let me tell you, so I had this spray bottle a long time, though. A long time. So it's it didn't did its job, did its thing. But let me tell you something. Y'all know what I realized about those spray bottles? They last longer when you empty them. Oh shit. I sprayed that right in my ear. Eh, eh. Every time, let me tell you something. Every single time I empty out my spray bottle when I'm done with it, they be lasting long. I done had this spray bottle so long, for real. It is one of the first ones that I did that with. And that's how I realized, like, if you leave water in it, baby, it ain't gonna last at all. It ain't gonna last long at all. You hear me? So shout out to that. But oh, I felt so sorry. I felt bad for Cash Doll. I did. But at the end of the day, she'll be okay. But like I said, I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. You see, it is what it is. Like, she, to me, she was trying not to, and I could be wrong, but yeah, no, I don't think I am, though. So shout out to that. I just don't think I am. I think Cash Doll was trying to avoid her feelings, you know? I mean, yeah, I think she was, y'all know it's a saying that says the easiest way to get over somebody is to get up under somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what Castro was doing. It just is what it is, you know. I feel like she wasn't even over Tracy yet. Shit. It just is what it is. You wasn't even over them kids' daddy, you know? And now I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't faulting her or nothing like that. I'm just stating what I think happened, you know. I feel like she didn't give herself time to get over the last dude, you know, before getting with another one, you know. So now, child, you somewhere sniffling over them both. Girl, just take your time next time. You see, it is what it is. Just take your time next time. I noticed that like sometimes in life, women think that they gotta compete with men, and that ain't what it is. Child, that ain't what it is. Honestly, I know it's a lot of women who feel like, shit, I'll give a man a run for his money, and I know a lot of women will, you know. But I just feel like honestly, in my heart of my hearts, I just feel like that's not what God wanted for us, though. You see, it just is what it is. I don't believe I don't believe we supposed to be competing with no dudes. You know, mm-mm. I don't think that's the way God would have wanted it. I think He would have rather you just went about your day. You know what I'm saying? And remained, however. So when I say that, I mean like for the women who um might find a phone number in a man phone and then, get a number out. Them type of women. The ones that think they gotta compete with a man in that sense, like the ones who feel like they being cheated on, so they cheat too, type of stuff. Like, yeah, I don't think that's the way God would have wanted it for us. Honestly, I don't think so. I think He would have rather you do whatever you was gonna do without all the get back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see, that's just what I think too. It is what it is. Cause when you think about it, people always be like, um, you know how it be. People be like, well, why this and why that? I think that's just the way it is. Shit, that's just the way it is. So, it like a Cash Doll situation, right? I think the Cash Doll was ready to move on, right? Quick for different reasons, But I think one of the reasons why she was ready to move on so quick is cause probably because she was thinking that her baby daddy is, because they can. And usually men do move on fast. Usually they do. They do. They do be moving on. But I don't think that like that's what I just I feel like God wanted us to be able to be differently though. Be different, move different. It is what it is. So that's the reason why, the mama be stuck at home with the kids. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And it seems like he able to just do him, child. Yes, you see, at a rapid rate. Probably because it wasn't designed like that. You know what I'm saying? It probably 9 times out of 10, the fact that we do be having to be home with the kids. You see, it is what it is. Women can't do what they want to do like that because they be like, I got my kids. You see, it is what it is. I got my kids. We all know them kids come first. Um, and I just feel like it I feel like it gotta be a reason. You see, God probably didn't want us to be nothing like men. It is what it is. Nothing like men. Move with integrity, because just because somebody move on fast or somebody move on first don't mean it don't mean nothing when you think about it. Shit, that's them. That's their situation. Good for them. One thing I know, two things for sure. You gotta be comfortable. Well, not comfortable, but you gotta be okay with being single sometimes in order for you to um and I learned this from personal experience too. This is the truth right here. Y'all know I don't really like getting too personal with y'all. Y'all know I don't like getting not too personal. You know what I'm saying? I will get personal though. It like I feel like if my story gonna help somebody, I will. That's when I will. You know what I'm saying? I only do it to help other people. It is what it is. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I just feel like it's my business type stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all, hold on. Um, for real, from my own personal experience, people really be needing to be comfortable with being single. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. That's what they be needing. Shit. I'm talking to the people that hate being alone. It is what it is. Cause like I just feel like something good comes out of that. Like if you constantly dating, you constantly got somebody in your face, you constantly, like I was saying, the old 6 months, got somebody new every 6 months, then it's not, you know, it's well hell, it's not good quality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, child, listen, like, shit, it takes time. In other words, shit. What's it called? They went and found somebody too fast. I was side-eyeing Cash Doll's new dude. I wasn't looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, like, I feel like today in today's society, I can't wait till my hair let down. Um, I feel like in today's society, they just be rooting when you get somebody new. You see, yeah, unless you papoose, then it ain't nothing to cheer about. I mean, it's just yeah, they be on your head, papoose. But now, yeah, these days, for real, like they just be happy. Any old thing. Any old body will do. And I'm like, hell no. Shit. To me, Cash Doll, she got with somebody too damn soon. Okay. She like the judge used to like the judge on divorce court used to say, look deep before you leap. Okay, it just is what it is. Um Cardi B too. They moved on too fast, too soon, and now look at the dudes that they got. Look at the dude. It's not good quality. They don't have no good. Yeah, if you ask me, Cash Doll and Cardi B, they didn't get no good qualified, qualified, solidified. You see, bona fide. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, cause I listen. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That shit Cardi B brought out could have that shit could have stayed in the. You see, I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not. I'm glad to not be a part of this generation because now, no. You see, the generation I come from, no, not no any old man gonna do. Okay, shut I said. Just not. It's just what? Just any man? Hell no. Any man ain't gonna cut it. Ain't gonna cut it and strut it. You see. With that being said, I do think Cardi B is like using old boy to get off old boy. You see, it just is what it is. I do. I definitely think she's using Stefan to get over Offset. And that for that, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not mad. Um, but Cardi B could have kept her business to herself too, though. Like, why? Why? Cause the crazy thing about Cardi B too, though, that ain't nobody even questioning like that is once she married, weird. That just gives extra weird, super weird. um, Two, like yeah, it's weird. When you're married, you can't be somebody's girlfriend. You know, to me. When you married, you can't be nobody's girlfriend. And I take it a step further. Cardi B and Stephon Diggs are not boyfriend and girlfriend. I think they're just dating. But I believe they're publicly dating. And that's the only, well, not the only. I think that's one place where Cardi B went wrong. I also think Cardi B was a damn fool. You see, damn fool, for real. To pull Stephon Diggs out. It just is what it is. Child, bye. I mean, out of all the athletes, you see, it just is what it is. In my most humble opinion, Cardi B could have did way better. Okay, and that shit's a joke. It is what it is. That shit's a joke. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see, him and them little bitty braids. Please stop. Make it stop. It is what it is. Mm, mm. And like I said, I thank God that I'm not, from this new generation because this new generation, they just like, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, the new generation feel like anybody will do shit. Anybody. You know, as long as it ain't such and such. You know, that's how they make me feel. They a mess. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, they don't know how to pick them. It is what it is. Cardi B should have left Stefan where he was. And where that was, just having fun. Yeah. Running and gliding and riding any yellow thing he can. It just is what it is. He just was just yeah. It is what it is. She should have left him right where he was, baby. It just is what it is. To like be another one out of many, you know. But I thought about Cardi B's situation too, though. I did. I thought about it. And like now her situation makes even more sense. Because at first I was like, Cardi B was kind of tripping, dog. She was kind of tripping. She was basically like, Cardi B basically said that she got tired of the industry making fun of her when it came to Offset. Like, in other words, everybody just knew that she was getting cheated on. Um, so I think it makes her feel better that she just, it is what it is. She got rid of the cheater, right? Um, and okay, she did. She got rid of the cheater. You know what I'm saying? Which, okay, it is what it is. But then to go attach herself to another one is just insane to me. It is what it is. Um, I think it's a PR thing though. I think Cardi B and Stefan ain't going nowhere like that, you know. But I thought the same thing about her and Offset a little bit. I wasn't sure. Like, to end up in marriage is crazy to me. Um, it is what it is. I just, depending on who you ask, I feel like Cardi B could have stayed in her marriage, you know. She could have stayed in her marriage until, she was really ready to leave. It is what it is. But I guess that's what she did, you know. Maybe she was really ready to just pack her bags and go. I just think it's extremely sad that she dating somebody that ain't no better. It is what it is. That man ain't no better than Offset. Like, a lot of people keep trying to act like it is what it ain't, you know. It is what it is. He's no better than Offset. Like, I just feel like Cardi could have did better, way better. If she would have waited, okay, it is what it is. She ran. What's the word I'm looking for? She jumped the gun. It is what it is. She did. She should have stayed single longer. That's what I that that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, people don't know how to be single. Sometimes you just got to be single until the right person comes along. You know. Um. Now I will say this. I do understand dating. You know. I do. I understand dating, but that's why I said all that public stuff ain't it. You know, because like right now, somebody that really might be a nice catch for Cardi B ain't really thinking about her because I think she distracted with Stefan Diggs. Now, hold on. I gotta get my chair so I stand. Child, I cannot believe we back to school already. I cannot believe it. Here we are. It's here, baby. Let's do it. I said, let's do it. It's here, baby. Let's do it. I think I got so used to school being out. That's the type of person I am. It is what it is. Shit, once it's out, I get used to it being out. And it's like, hey, it's the summer. Now school is back like a motherfucker. Ooh, it's back like a motherfucker. It's crazy. I'm not ready for school to be back, child. But it is here. It's here. So anyway. Don't do me like that. Listen, before I get into my stories today, y'all hit that like button. Period. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, okay? I said thank you. Hold on. Y'all hit the like button. I'm going nowhere. You ain't gonna want to miss you. Okay. Offset called Stephon Diggs and Cardi B the unseasoned version of them. I said, Stephon, he's saying you ain't got no mustard. I mean, you ain't got no flavor, buster. That's what I thought about. Anyway. I said, I don't know, Offset. He do got a little swag on him, though, Offset. But I understand where Offset was going with it, okay? Just here with it. So shout out to that. I sure do. Now, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Okay, so I'm still going to talk about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs a little bit. Because I already talked about them with y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, shout out to that. Baby, y'all know we I done doubled my topics. Yeah. So shout out to that. Y'all know usually it's about a good 9. You see? But I done double my topics taking. Oh, that's what happened. I guess because I had took yesterday off. I took yesterday off. Oh my goodness, I'm a little sleepy. Oh. I should have got on here when I woke up. Yeah, I should have got on here when I woke up with y'all. Hold on. I'm tired. I'm a little sleepy. But I'm about to show y'all how to do this, son. Shout out to that. Let me see real quick. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name. So anyway. When I do that, it hurts. Anyway, What I want to talk to y'all about? Hold on. My scarf is distracting me. My bad. Yeah. I said my scarf. It's distracting me a little bit. So anyway. Hold on. Hold on. Baby, listen. It was this man. I said, oh, he done lost his motherfucking mind. It just is what it is. Yes, he did. Like the mama said on Friday. Child, he lost his motherfucking mind. Shit, y'all saw that? Y'all saw that man lose his mind? It's crazy I like to do it that way, but the tag say. Anyway. Child, did y'all see that damn man in New York? I said, this motherfucker's crazy. At least he think he is. It is what it is. He needed some. Oh. Anyway, a woman goes viral in New York, right? Mm, mm. She goes viral because this man is riding by and baby, he is cussing her out. You see? Oh, yes. Free trip, free tickets to Spain. He cussed her out. It is what it is. He cussed her out. And according to her, he was mad because he tried to holler at her. With well, he like a smoker to me. I really don't want to. And it just be the worst ones. I'm just saying, them just be the worst ones. It's always the ones that you be like, that you just know everything ain't okay with. You see? Yes, this man did. So he cussed her out because she didn't want to talk to him, according to her. And not only did he cuss her out, this man hopped out his car and she filming. Now he cussing her out because he claimed that he don't want her filming him. He saying, I think he was saying stop recording me, bitch, or something like that. He was high. That lady just Anyway, so he constantly walking towards his lady, and this lady like, get away from me. She filming. She telling them to get away from me. Get away from me. I swear it seemed like that phone was the only thing that kept kept him off her butt. So he go back and get in his car. But as he go back in his car, he reversing. He's still talking to him. I mean, he cussing this lady. It's a mess. He was so mad at her. Oh, he was mad at her. And so she said, after the recording ended, she calling the police, she calling 911, and he came back and she on the phone with 911 and threatened her with a pow pow, showed it to her and everything, I believe. And so he ended up going to jail. Okay. As he should. But I want to talk to y'all about this story because, and y'all hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Young lady, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something, baby. You, okay. Because after I saw this story, the first thing I did was fear for her safety. It just is what it is. Because she was like, she said she asked the police for his information so she could put something. She abbreviated it. I think it was a temporary restraining order though. She said they told her they couldn't give it to her, right? Can't give you his information. But something about him being in jail. And so I guess the streets of New York helped her get his information, I guess, because she ended up doing a new video saying that she got his information. Let me say it's we live in some scary times. You know, we are. And I hate saying that though, because times been scary, truth be told, they have. But it just seems like, you know, more now than ever, people need extra stuff to protect themselves. That's what it be seeming like. But I want to say to the young lady, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If I were you, and period, just like I feel like you should not be in that area for a very long time by yourself. And I do mean that. Even with somebody probably ain't safe. You know, considering the fact that he went to jail. And I take it a step further, considering the fact that he was acting so damn crazy with you. And he went to jail. Hell no. Hell no. Right? That's enough for you to stay the hell out from over there. It is what it is. Take a new route. And from here on out, I have a new route. I wouldn't be caught on that street unless I was moving on that street. I mean, unless I lived on that street. And if I lived on that street, I'd be making plans to get up off of it. It just is what it is, because like something tells me that like that is not gonna be the end of them and that. You know, like I just in my hearts of my hearts. He just You know, Keith Sweat just ain't right. Something ain't right with that one. I'm telling you, baby, something ain't right with that one. In fact, it was everything wrong with his ass. First of all, he was driving a car. I thought they don't even drive in New York. For real. I'm not even being funny. I thought they don't even drive in New York like that. He was harassing this woman from the seat of a car. You stay the hell off with that street. It was I would not be in that area without something to protect me. It just is what it is. From here on out, you gonna need some protection in that area. It just is what it is. I would not be over there. No time soon. It just is what it is. She gonna have to say if that. Okay? She gonna have to say F that. I'm telling you. It's just too dangerous. And it's not worth it. It's not. It's not worth it. And my first thing came to mind. She gotta stay the hell out of that area now. Oh yeah. Oh yes. It just is what it is. Now she just gotta go a different way, you know? And like if something was to happen, you know, um, you know, like like on a different route, then handle that how it come. But like, nah, I wouldn't be over there. I wouldn't want my daughter over there no more. Daughter, niece, sister, mm-mm, mm-mm. That was too dangerous for that girl. That was too much. It was. That was too much. And then for him to go to jail now, I just feel like it's too dangerous for her. You know, I do. She don't need that. You see, she don't. She don't need to have to deal with that type of danger. It just is what it is. So, like I said to the young lady in New York, it's a young lady in New York who recently went viral. Okay, because a man was harassing her. A man was harassing her. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I need to take a quick break. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. So this man was harassing this lady in New York. For real. It's crazy too, because he looked dirty. He looked dirty. He looked like a human buzzard. He looked like he stank. And I mean, he cussed her out so bad. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't want to talk to his little bud either. It was a mess. But I will say, she handled that good. She handled that good. Because he was just cussing. Oh, baby, he was cussing. Oh, baby, he was fussing. For real. Yeah, hold on. Now I said that shit wasn't right. You see, in fact, it was wrong. It was wrong as hell. And I seriously, seriously hope he get the time he deserved for that. I sure do. Seriously, thank you. I might have to say a prayer for me tonight. Because I'm craving soda. Lord, I'm having a craving, y'all. Y'all know soda be on my neck. Soda be on my neck. You see? It just is what it is. Oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God. I gotta move on. I guess I move on. I guess I came a little too strong. So anyway, um, child, I said, ooh, I eat. That was so sad. That was so sad. Okay. But young lady, you make sure you protect yourself. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm serious. Don't you take your ass back up and through around none of that shit, that neighborhood. Hold on. Without being ready, you know. Um, but no, I don't recommend her going through there. It just is what it is. I don't recommend her going through there. I'm by herself. So anyway, um, yeah. And then after that, I got a couple of birthday shout outs. Okay. I want to give a birthday shout out to Jalen Hurts. Okay. Jalen Hurts just had a birthday. Um, and they said Jalen Hurts is like so much younger than what he looks. And I said, yeah. Okay. Yeah. It made me wonder if he got some old parents. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. So I'm just saying, for all you men who might want to slow down or need to slow down, you see, on making babies. I'm just saying, if the shoe fits. Um, but yes, happy belated birthday though to Jalen. Okay, Hurts. And then what else? Making Good too. Happy belated birthday to Making Good. Making Good just had a birthday just recently too. And what I want to say about Making Good, Making Good. Shout out to Megan Good. Megan Good is so pretty to me. She's so pretty to me. I don't understand the Jonathan Majors thing though. I don't. I don't get it at all. But I do hope that they're happy. I hope that they're happy. I hope Megan is really sincerely happy with him. It just is what it is. But like, yeah. I don't necessarily get them. Because he just, you know, but he could be a great, great partner, you know. But I can honestly say, sometimes just looking at a person, right? You get a vibe. I don't get that vibe from him, you know. But it is what it is. As long as she feel it, you know. As long as she feel it, I ain't gotta get it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, what else is going on? DJ Academics. Now I wrote DJ Academics down, and I don't know why. Mm, mm. Oh, shout out to that. I don't know why I put him on here. I don't know what that was about. um, yeah. For some reason, I had DJ Academics on there. I'm gonna have to start doing better with my notes. You see, it just is what it is. Now I know recently DJ Academics was saying something about like he was basically saying who Offset they messed with, and I'm like, who told him that? You know, that's what I want to know. Who told him that? Cause speaking of DJ Academics, yeah, DJ Academics was spilling the tea on Sweetie and Offset. Now that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I know I said, I know I said, I know I said, I know I tell y'all all the time. Offset is my boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. But I cannot believe this ninja messed with Sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Um, to me that just gives you just can't control yourself. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's what that gives. You know, that gives you just really, really can't control yourself. You gotta learn how to control yourself for real. And like, you know, cause like listen, this is the thing. I give Cardi B a hard time, okay? Um, when it comes to Offset, I do because I be feeling like, you know, and listen, I be feeling like you can't allow hanky panky in your marriage and then get mad. You know what I'm saying? That it starts to fall apart. It just is what it is. Um. Oh yes, Miss Preston Curl. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see, um, I feel like if you invite third parties into your marriage, you know, yeah, you know, you just walking up the wrong tree. Okay. That's just how I feel about it. Um, but still, you know, it never really dawned on me, I think, though, until today. You know what I'm saying? I think so. I think that I was so blinded by different things, you know what I'm saying? And one being the fact that I felt like they be doing threesomes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Now, could I be wrong? Yes. But I always assumed that they be inviting people into their marriage. With that being said, like I just, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, you brought that on yourself, Cardi. It just is what it is. You right there yourself. But like, no. You see, hey, I stand corrected a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because two things can't be true at once. Two things can be true at once. Two things can be true at once, okay? I just feel like no marriage should be on some, oh, okay, but we gonna every now and then bring somebody else in. Or, okay, I know you got 2 weeks out of the country. I'ma do blase blase, and you're able to do blase blase. You know, like unhealthy passes that marriage shouldn't have and shit like that. I mean, it is what it is. But like, no, 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 no. All of that being said, yes, they was wrong for that. Extremely wrong for that, in my opinion. Okay. But I do still feel like Offset was losing his fucking mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. It just is what it is. You know, because as a man, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Miss Pressing Girl. The truth of the matter is, as a man, you should be able to turn down poom poom, okay? It just is what it is. There will be poom poom every single where, okay? You have to be able to turn it down. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, it's extremely, okay? Extremely, with a capital E, horrible for y'all to have hungry eyes. The truth of the matter is, too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. As a man, it's extremely important that you have self-control. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit Janet Jackson was singing about back in the 80s. Baby, I loved me some Janet Jackson when I was a little girl. Like, I wasn't a diehard Janet fan, but I definitely loved Control Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I love that Janet Jackson, and I love that era of Janet. Okay, it just is what it is. The dancing Janet, baby, Janet used to dance her ass off, so it is what it is. Like, no, but for real, as a man, you gonna have to have control. You see a whole lot too. If not, you're just a weirdo. If not, I'll say that again. If not, you're just a weirdo. A paid, talented weirdo. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And I'm not calling him all of that, you know, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? To not be able to turn down Sweetie is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Sweetie is a nice looking woman, okay? She is. I feel like a lot of men will have a hard time turning Sweetie down. But again, you gotta have control. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you married, bye, sweetie. Bye. You see, bitch. You gonna have to Erica Badu her. Oh yeah. Okay. I guess I'll see you next lifetime, Miss Sweetie. Okay? It just is what it is. And if you Offset, he had one job. You know what I'm saying? Like how they be saying about the cameraman. This ninja had one job. And it's like you couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too because all this time. Oh no, let's talk about it for real, Miss Pastor Girl. We going there today. All this damn time, I've been thinking, Quavo, you tripping, Quavo. Let that shit go, Quavo. You tripping. Whatever it is, Quavo. I'm sure it's not that bad. You tripping, Quavo. Y'all can get over it. Quavo, let it go. Y'all done lost take off. Like, just let it go. All of that. And come to find out, like, that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? And I take it a step further. I cannot believe that they kept that on the low. I can't believe they kept that on the low that long either. So shout out to that. That's crazy to me too, though. Like, I cannot believe that they, you know what I'm saying? But now it makes sense. Now it makes sense to me. I think Quavo didn't want to look like a lame. It just is what it is. Quavo, like, he still battles with that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. He still battles with that, but I don't know. Because as I said, and I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, well, maybe it's something else too, though. You know, I would think maybe it got something to do with Migos' business. You know, why Quavo them really fell out. Because at the end of the day, I like Quavo, he don't, like, even if he is, right, mad at Offset behind Sweetie, he don't want to be. If that makes sense. Like, that bothers him in his spirit that he tripping with Offset behind Sweetie. Because well, I'm not going to say he know that's not player, but he think it's not player. You know what I'm saying? He think it's not. Yeah, y'all know I got to shoot y'all way to the moon. Hold on. Ooh, because I got my nighttime clothes on. That's why. That's not the reason. But anyway, yeah. Quavo. He don't want to be beefing with Offset. He be battling with that. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell it's still a battle. Oh, yes, Miss Person Girl. You can tell it's definitely a battle. He be tripping still. He do. He be tripping still. One minute he, you know. Honestly, though, I think he has forgiven Offset. It just is what it is. They be around each other. I think he is forgiving Offset. I just think that, like, uh it just will never be the same. Have you ever, like, you know what I'm saying, have you ever had to forgive somebody but then you know things are just different? That's how it be sometimes, you know. um have you ever loved someone it makes you cry? Yeah. I think, but man, for Offset though, that looks so bad. You know what I'm saying? He do. The last person that did my eyebrows, I don't think I'm going back to Miss Pressing Curl because I can't see my eyebrows like that. And I have always had thick eyebrows. I don't know what's going on with the camera today. Today. Yeah. Offset. I mean, Paul Quavo, you know what I'm saying? That's really sad though. That like, yeah, um, it is. That is so sad. That like, that Offset would mess with Sweetie. You know, he should be able to turn Sweetie down. Don't care what nobody say. You know, shit. Even if he couldn't do it on the strength of um him and Quavo are like family, or him and Quavo are family, or him and Quavo are like they're bandmates. Even if he couldn't, that wasn't the reason why. He could have at least kept it real because he was married. Like that is so trifling. That is what it is. That is so damn trifling of Offset. And like I said, like I know. Listen, I know that I know we been heard it, right? But I think didn't Sweetie deny it or something like that? I think Sweetie had denied it. It's like they didn't want to tell us. They didn't. They didn't want us to know. Shit, keep it real. They didn't want us to know. Keep it up in, keep it up. And I can't believe that they was able to do that long either. And all I wanna say is, damn, you know who influenced that. Like that is none other, okay, than Cardi B's influence. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like Cardi B, okay, because Cardi B was involved, it just is what it is. If I in my hearts of our hearts, in my hearts of our hearts, I feel like if Cardi B wasn't involved, it would have never went that way. You know what I'm saying? If Cardi B wasn't involved, it wouldn't have never went that way. That's crazy. So now I don't know. I guess I feel like because remember when DJ Academic said Offset mess with Sweetie? You see, like one thing about me, I'm gonna ask the right questions. This is what it is. Oh yes, Miss Pressure Girl, I am. Mm. Yeah. So shout out to that. I'm gonna ask the right questions. So when this man said, um, he started naming all them people Offset that mess with. I said, how the hell you know? I said, who told you? You see, like who told you though? Listen, that's all cool, fine, and dandy, Miss Pressing Girl. But who told you though? You see? Because if it's one thing about Shay Renee, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. You see? Or at least I'm going to try. I'm going to at least attempt. I'm going to ask the right questions, okay? That other people might not be worried about. But, yeah, I said you couldn't get it past Miss Pressing Girl. So anyway, I said, who told you that? Because the Offset tell you that. I know. Offset ain't no uh, uh, I said, I know. I don't never do this, by the way. I ain't never had to do this, by the way. So yes, Miss Persicker, you could. I gotta take you off eyebrows, eyebrow duty. Okay, it just is what it is. But anyway, ooh, you can see I'm already fucking it up. I just put too much dip on my chip that time. But anyway. I said, take the what and leave the what? Ain't no Offset ain't told DJ Academics that. Uh-uh. It was Cardi. You see? I said it had to be Cardi. The same person, right? That hid it in the first place. Cardi B didn't want us to know. At first she did not want us to know. So that's why we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Miss Presser Girl got all that influence over there. It just is what it is. She got all of that influence. So she was able to influence that story. That's crazy. Imagine that. But now, you know what I'm saying? Now she done got mad at it. Okay. You see? I got to take Miss Presser Girl off of my eyebrows. Oh, yes. But anyway, uh, she got to come off of them. Child, this lady. Where the top go? I just had the top. I just had the top. Child, so fucking annoying. I put it on the wrong one. Anyway, I said, yeah, okay, now Miss Presser Girl don't want them no more. You see, Ari, the girls better be careful. Let me just say that. The girls better be motherfucking careful. You know, I remember a long time ago, I told this lady I wanted to learn how to do my what's called. I forgot she gave me this. What the hell, though? I know this ain't, it's not. I was gonna say, I know this ain't eyeliner. What is it? It's something to do the thing with, though. You could tell. It got like a... Why she didn't tell me? She should have showed me how to do it. Anyway, liquid pencil eyeliner. What a liquid at? Anyway, well, what a liquid? Oh, it's got a liquid in here or something? I know you fucking lying. Let me see. Well, what is it? Child, no clue. Anyway. You see? Now they start playing makeup. But yeah, Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B influenced the hell out of that story. It just is what it is. She used her influence, okay, to she did. She used her influence to keep us out of their business. You know what I'm saying? The whole time she still wanted her husband. Oh, yes, Cardi B. I didn't think about that. I'm calling you out today, Miss Pretty Girl. It just is what it is, baby. Uh, girl. See? Ooh, girl. You was wrong for that. I said you withheld that information. Oh, it is what it is. They withheld that information, baby. Yes. Like the IRS. Ooh. I said Miss Pressing Girl. Oh, you see? So I see she got it in her. Going to be real high some stuff. And that go back to me. That goes on back to oh, well, that's nice to know. Cause last time I put so much of this, I was like, ooh, that's too much. Um, yeah, that goes back to what Nicki Minaj them had said about you, Miss Pressing Girl. Yeah, ride him. They say you be lying. You know how to lie. You ain't gotta do it, Craig. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and that's me now right now. Cardi B know how to hide some shit. It just is what it is. Some shit. Shit. She ain't trying to get out. Mm, mm. Cause remember a long time ago they was trying to tell us. Who was trying to tell us? I guess Quavo. I guess Quavo. Quavo was trying to tell her that Sweetie had messed with Offset. You know? And so at first I thought Offset was over there telling his business to DJ Academics, but I don't really think he care enough to be doing that. I don't. When I think about it even more and more and more and more and more, it will make more sense to think that it's Cardi B ass over there now doing that. Uh-huh. But Cardi, we don't want to hear that shit. We don't. We don't. And I'm gonna tell your ass why. Cause the truth of the matter is, Cardi, you could have been told us this shit, and you didn't. You hid it. You hid it. So fuck all that. Now we don't want to hear it. You're gonna have to make it sound good in the music for us to care. For us to care. Us to care. Us to care. Mm, mm. Cause other than that, we don't want to hear it, Cardi. You see? Cause you see what you did was you lied. And you didn't even have to do that. It is what it is. You was deceptive. You was deceptive. And you the reason why we didn't find out in the first place. Now you want to drag, sweetie. Girl, that shit ain't hitting like that. Because you shouldn't have never lied. You should have told us. You should have told us, Cardi. It is what it is. You shouldn't have never hid that shit from us. First place. It is what it is. You should have just gone and kept it real like Quavo. Mm, mm. But now, Cardi want to cap us down. You see, she want to cap us down. When she still wanted Outset, she want to cap us down. Well, I tell you this, Cardi, you ain't capping nothing down right now running around with this man that was even a worse, he worse than Offset. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. He got more hoes on his roster than Offset did. See, Cardi B is telling us about the women that Offset once had. You know, we don't know when he had Ari. We don't know when he had the others. Hell, we don't even know when he had Sweetie, thanks to Cardi B, deceiving ass. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Miss Press Girl scammed us right on out of that story. It is what it is. So don't come running trying to tell us now. You and DJ Academics can keep it. You see? It just is what it is. But overall though, I do want y'all to know. Okay. Then now I kind of do understand why Cardi B left Offset a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. He to me, I guess I would assume after the Sweetie situation. See, that's probably what it was for Cardi B too. Cardi B probably don't want to keep it real, you know. Um, I mean, she did keep it real though. She did. She said she left him because he was texting bitches. You know what I'm saying? Nah, she didn't say that. But nah, for real. She said she got rid of him. Okay. It is what it is because people kept, like, every time they got something to say about her marriage, they would bring up Offset, you know? So, like, people was like, oh, bitch, you and that you always getting cheated on, you know? You know, he cheats, he cheats, he cheats, he cheats. You always getting cheated on, you know? It made her feel less than or something. You know what I'm saying? Um, like the laughing stock, you know? Like her marriage was a laughing stock. Um, now I don't know why she felt like that. You know, um, I mean I understand, but only to a certain extent. You know, only to a certain extent. But I will say, yeah, I guess. But see that listen, the fact that Offset cheats was a running joke. You know, it was. It was a long running joke. It was. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real though. Easy. You want the truth, you're gonna have to be able to handle it over here with me, baby. So anyway. Yeah, okay. Oogie, 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 oogie. Um, it was. But this is my thing though. I don't know why though. When I think about real bad marriages, or not real bad marriages, it's just bad marriages. I don't necessarily think about Cardi B's though. If that makes sense, you know? I don't. Let me see who I can think of that I feel like got a bad marriage. Really, not a lot of people I could think of either. Really, I guess. So that's a good thing, married folks. I guess y'all be doing your thing. But I will say this about it though. See, this is the thing. Y'all know how people be making fun of Rashida. I think that's how Cardi B feel like people do her. You know what I'm saying? I think Cardi B feel like uh she was the Rashida of hip hop. But I thought it was crazy though because it's just the way she said it. The way she said it didn't sound like she really wanted to leave her husband. It sounded like just like I used to tell y'all all the time. Remember how I used to say, um, and that was just a joke. I was really joking, but I was kind of like I think I was kind of on to something. Hold on, y'all. 'Cause I got this makeup on the back of my head. And I'm still wasting it, you see? And I use a lot of it. So again, I don't know what the fuck oh, excuse me. Excuse my language. And I gotta quit doing it too. Oh my God, I shouldn't have wiped it out the back of my hand. I should have put it in this thing and seen what it ended up doing. It is what it is. Makeup is too expensive for, you know, like for it to be. So I don't know why they got this new shit where they wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like it's already right there. And in the inside of the top. You know what I'm saying? That's a waste. It's a waste. This is the shit that they got. When you do it like this, you know what I'm saying? You can't really control how much come out. I don't like that. Versus a pan. Versus a pan of it. Let me show y'all what a pan look like. Versus this. This is how it used to look. No, like this. You know what I'm saying? No waste whatsoever. I would not waste none of this because I just put my finger in there. You know what I'm saying? This new shit, but they discontinued this. So this new shit now, and even still, I don't even really know how I would get that in there, but I'm going to try next time. I bet you that. Cause yeah, they just faulty. I consider that a faulty product, Mac. You know what I'm saying? If I got to waste my money on your product, I got to feel like I'm wasting my money, then nah, you need to get your shit together. But anyway. You know why Cardi B left her man. It don't seem like she really wanted to leave her man. It just, she said she got tired of people like coming at her about him. She said like every bitch, excuse my language, every woman she would get into it with would have something to say about Offset. You know. Which is crazy to me. I don't know. I don't know if I would have let that get to me if I was Cardi B. It just is what it is. Ultimately, I think she just got tired of him, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Because, like, yeah, the average person ain't leaving. They, you know, they person. It is what it is. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they got back together. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be surprised. When they start playing that makeup. Yeah. I feel like playing that makeup today. It is what it is. Shout out to that. Uh, I tried that pink powder. I don't know how I feel about the pink powder. It's all right. Some days it's all right. Some days I don't like what it does to my skin tone. Oh, and y'all know what I want to talk to y'all about last time? That is so funny. And it popped up in my head today. Thank you, Jesus. So lately, y'all know makeup has been a hot topic. Makeup and skin, okay? Cause it's this makeup company. This is what I wanted to talk to y'all about last week. It's a makeup company that was in high water because let me see. This ain't my list where it's on there. I was gonna show y'all. But anyway, it's a makeup company. They in hot water, y'all. Because y'all know the real, I talk about the real dark skinned girls. You know what I'm saying? The real dark skinned girls. They was pissed, okay? Cause y'all know how they do. They be like, they want makeup they got, you know, for that skin tone. So it is what it is. So like, child, listen, let me tell you. So the girl tries on the makeup, right? And the makeup is like literally black. You know what I'm saying? It was black on her. She was like, this is unacceptable. So the makeup people, I forgot their name. Well, I forgot their name because I was going to tell y'all their name. Ain't no shame in my game. I sure was. They was on the fire though. The people, the makeup people, they on the fire because the people who wear makeup is mad because like literally they said they took some black paint and put it in the makeup tube. And they was, people are pissed. Okay, I can tell you right now, people are pissed. That girl is so brown. Like she is so brown. She's so brown. She put it on her face and it literally looked like black paint on her face. I said, ooh, ah, eek. I said, well, what the white shades look like. Because if you can't go over there and literally find some that look like white out, then yeah, they was playing games. They was playing all kinds of games with that, with a formula or whatnot. Yeah, it just is what it is. Uh, and that's why it's is. Okay. And then now you got something going on, though, something else where people are going viral because they talking about skin tones. And I'm like, oh, ooh, here we go. And I kind of know what they talking about, but I kind of don't understand the point. Um, well, let me just try to figure it out a little bit. Let me see this. Okay, see this one girl, right? I guess this is a TikTok girl. Y'all know I'm not on TikTok, so y'all be telling me when they TikToking and Rick Rocket over there. It just is what it is, okay? And see, y'all had said that it's the girl, right, on TikTok. This, well, I seen the clip. She was basically saying that something is going on where these really, dark skinned women are, I don't know, I guess getting a lot of attention, right? And she feels like real dark skinned, nice looking women don't even get that attention. I mean, I don't, y'all help. I'm trying to figure out what she was going with it. But I think I kind of figured where she was going with it just a little bit. Uh just to the point where, like, okay, let me just say this. Let me just say this. We are in an era, right, where first of all, dark skinned women have always gotten some type of flack, right? It just is what it is. And I'm not gonna, let me say, let me scratch everything I said. Erase everything I said, okay? Because it's when I said we are in an era, that's not what I meant to say. That's going to whatever else I'm gonna say now. But no. We have always, right? Ever since I have been a dark skinned woman, okay, it has always been a thing where black, darker skinned women get flack. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Um, you know, people, to me, okay, it just is what it is. People tend to treat us differently. You know, it just is what it is. Um, and okay, so they treated us differently, right? And they if you ask me, they overlook dark skinned women. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dark skinned women, to me, okay, where I come from, have been overlooked sometimes, meaning people were like literally, um, just to me, make it seem like they prefer lighter skinned women, or like light skinned women. Um, that's what their preference is, right? And so even in Hollywood, it's been that way. You know what I'm saying? Even in Hollywood, they kind of act funny, like even in Hollywood, let's be real, like it's not a lot of dark skinned women, But I will say this though. I feel like it's enough. You know what I'm saying? It has been enough, but it's not a lot, right? And so, um, and my thoughts are all over the place. They are now. They all over the place. Because I feel say that's why I kind of, a part of me, and I didn't even hear what she said, but I just kind of understand what she meant by it a little bit, right? Because when Ari Lennox, right, When Ari Lennox was saying what she said about Martin, she said something about Martin and her feeling like Martin used to come down hard on Pam. And I kind of feel what she's saying a little bit, right? Because Martin made me feel like he just felt like, just like I said, like society felt like they felt like uh Gina looked better because she was light skinned. It just is what it is. He made me feel like he thought that Pam was just her dark skinned friend. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now I won't say, and I can't say if he felt like Pam was her ugly dark skinned friend, but he kind of act like it to me. He did. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of jokes that he had towards Pam, um, was more like skin tone jokes. You know what I'm saying? I would say. Because Gina had nappy hair too, but he never made B2B type jokes towards Gina. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I feel like society, okay, let's keep it real. I feel like society has always been weird, okay, with darker skin women, okay? They have. They just always treated us away. You know what I'm saying? Um, it just is what it is. I'm gonna keep it real. Now that ain't never nah, I feel like it ain't never really affected me too much, you know, because I feel like, it just is what it is. I always say my mama did a good job of just making me feel like I was a pretty little girl, So it is what it is. But society is something else though. You know what I'm saying? It just, yeah, shout out to that. Uh Society was a different story, and thank God that like they couldn't write my story for me, Um oh yeah. Oh yeah, Miss Pressure Girl. You see? Cause it is what it is. But like, yeah. They have always been weird, you know, towards darker skinned women. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to society because like you know, they wasn't able to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, mm, mm. Society is just society over here. They ain't the end all be all and all of that. But, okay, with all of that being said, um, we in a new time though, right now. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, sort of. Hold on, let me just say this. We in a weird time right now, I would say, right? Because even though to me, they still do that. You know what I'm saying? To this day. To this day, to me, they still push light skinned people. You know what I'm saying? Uh See, it used to be like a light skinned woman thing, but to me now it's more light skinned people, because somebody had brought that to my attention one day. They were saying that like nowadays, when you look at a commercial, and I'm saying for real, the next few commercials you see, pay attention. Just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? They say nowadays when you look at a commercial, the people in it, they look biracial. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, the black people, to them are being more are being replaced with biracial black people. You know what I'm saying? Instead, and most biracial people have a lighter skin tone. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So like, yeah. So that's where society is today, but it's also in a weird spot, right? Because when it comes to modeling, right? And the modeling world, these dark, dark skinned women, you know what I'm saying? Are like, they're like goddesses, you know? They are like goddesses for real. Like they're like, how can I put it? Now I don't know how they treat it. Because I was about to say they like treat it like royalty. But I don't know that to be true. You see, I don't know. I don't know. Because I dang sure don't keep up with modeling in the modeling world. But you know, you would think they were. You would think they were treated like goddesses, right? Because now they want these brown. I'm talking brown skin girls. Shout out to them and shout out to that. For real. They want these brown skin baddies. You see? It just is what it is. It's like the black of the berry. Remember when they said that? The black of the berry, the sweet of the juice. Well, now, baby, they want them blackberries. It just is what it is. But that's in the modeling world. Okay? In the modeling world, them real black girls is winning. Okay? Shout out to them and shout out to that. I ain't lying. Hell, they be having me now. I ain't lying. Every now and then, they be having me ready to buy some makeup. Mm. I be ready to buy some black makeup and just see what I look like in a skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Because like, oh yes, um, yes, y'all, for real, like I can't explain it, but it is what it is. Like they look amazing. You know what I'm saying? They be looking amazing, baby. They'll put the darkest girl, you know what I'm saying, in the cutest colors, you know, the whites, the orange. They love white. They love white on the dark skin. But anyway, when I say like they winning in the modeling world, right? But then you have society that's still, being weird towards darker women. You got women talking about, I went to the club and with my homegirls and the security told me I couldn't get in. Let all of them in because they light skinned and I couldn't get in because I'm dark skinned. And I'm like, wow, now that's crazy. It's just, it's weird. It's weird, child. But yeah, I just wanted to talk that for a minute with my audience because that was going viral. That was a viral topic. And I will say this, I also know that it's just like an ongoing topic in our community too, but I will say this though. I believe that brown is a beautiful color. It just is what it is. It's an amazing color. And I feel like it comes in all different shades. Okay? And I feel like all different shades should be celebrated. It just is what it is. But I also tell myself other things too, that I don't know if I'm necessarily willing to share with y'all. Ready. I'm not gonna say willing. I'd rather say ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm ready to share that with y'all today. Cause like that's how some things, some things you feel like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever thought of something and you just felt like, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? That's deep. That's deep. When you deep in thought, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll share that one day with y'all. Maybe I won't, But I just feel like everybody should celebrate what they have. So like I was saying, just because lighter skinned women are celebrated, um, in our community doesn't mean I can't celebrate myself and my skin. Like that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Good for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I say to that. I ain't got nothing else to say. To that. really, because yeah, I just don't have much, on that topic. But yeah, like I said, I do feel like every skin tone should be celebrated, right? And one thing that I do feel like society did get wrong is I do feel like every skin tone should be celebrated. I do feel like they missing out by only promoting light skinned singers. I do. I think they missing out by only letting light skinned rappers get in and stuff like that. I do. They missing out. It is what it is. But yeah, you know, I just feel like let them keep doing whatever they think whatever they feel like they good at. It just is what it is. Just let them keep running into the brick wall. Don't nobody care. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, in real life, people are celebrating themselves, you know, and others are celebrating them too, regardless of what society wants to show us. It just is what it is. Because just like I just told y'all, in most commercials these days, you don't see dark skinned people. And if you do, it's gonna be a male, you know. Um and that's the thing. Like they want to show what they want to show. They like to cover what they like to cover. Um Child, I didn't notice all kinds of things about commercials too. If you notice, the women like they rarely gonna have their hair done either. They be having like little blowouts, like a natural blowout. They just be having us look at a certain way. So that's cool. They can keep highlighting whatever they feel like they need to highlight, whatever they think they like from our culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I feel like we'll keep celebrating ourselves and being celebrated, because we know. It just is what it is. I feel like we know, right? You know what I'm saying? As a culture, we know that like it's so many beautiful people, you know what I'm saying? And all different shades from our culture. You see? Like we know that. It is what it is. So like, yeah. Let them let people do whatever it is they want to do. But I will say I did want to speak on that viral matter, because I do see, I understand what's going on. I see what's going on. And let me just say this real quick. Real quick. Let me clean this up. When she was saying that like they showing these dog people, but I think she was trying to say that all they gotta do is have the skin tone. They don't care how they look. I understood what she was saying. Because like you have some of them that are like a 5, right? You have some of them that are like a 5. And then you got some of them that look like 10s. And I think that's what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? I think she was saying that like they're not even taking time to find real, you know what I'm saying, dark skin baddies. They just anybody with the skin tone will do. I think that's what she was trying to say. But ultimately, it's kind of rude and mean, I would say. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, because, who is she? Or who am I to say what, beauty is? Like, yeah, you know? It is what it is. We could say all day. If that was my uh runway show, in my swimsuit line, I would have used da 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 da. Well, you ain't got no swimsuit line and you ain't got no runway show. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you ain't using da 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 da. You know, like it's not you. It's not your stuff. Um, and I do say all the time, like, do you know how boring the world would be if we all did the same stuff? You know, we all look the same, if we all wore the same clothes, and you know, um, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I do think I have saw some really, really beautiful women. Okay, and men, you know, nice looking guys, you know what I'm saying? From all different skin tones, you know? So it's like relax. You know what I'm saying? I need everybody to just relax. Um, and again, I do think that Hollywood be missing out. Sometimes it just depends, you know. It depends on what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Cause like for an example, a lot of people be feeling like Cash Doll is way more talented for the way that Hollywood treats her. You know, and I will say this: like I think Cash Doll is talented, but I haven't heard anything that makes me feel like her skin tone is holding her back. You know what I'm saying? That's just that, you know? Um, that's just that. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I gotta keep it all the way real. I'm got to keep it all the way real. You know? Um, Ken the Man. She another one. She another one. You know, I think Ken the Man though, one thing about Ken the Man though, Ken the Man be making bops. You see. Um Now in comparison to Cash Doll, I would say that I do enjoy Ken's music way better. Okay? But Ken is another person where I don't think that it's her skin tone holding her back. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I can't not necessarily say it's the skin tone, you know? Because if we being real, I do think skin tone helps these girls. Don't get it twisted. I do. But I feel like it can only help them so much, you know, and so far. Like for instance, if skin tone alone was gonna get it, then like come on now, Ice Spice would be popping. She wouldn't have never fell off. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's something outside of that. You know, like my common sense tells me they're like, it's other stuff outside of that, you know. Now if we gonna say Ice Spice wouldn't have never got as big as she did if she wasn't her skin tone, then I don't know. You might have an argument there, you know. Especially because what dark skinned rappers ever really blew up for real, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? I do be feeling like um society be pushing, you know, certain agendas in our community. And today, if we talk today, we talking skin tone, we talking skin tones, then it is what it is. I do believe that, you know. Um, I do. I absolutely do. You know. Um, yeah. But I mean, it's not one person that I feel like, okay, I feel like they did her wrong, you know, simply based off of her looks. Nah, it's not one person that I do feel like that. Not that I could think of, you know. Um, but there is some people that I might wonder why they didn't do as good, if that makes sense. But Yeah. And I do think that they push certain women because of their skin tone. Yes, Miss Preston Curl, I do. I absolutely do. It is what it is. Cause Cardi B, oh baby, y'all want the truth. Y'all gonna have to be able here to handle it over here with me. I think that Cardi B is one of those people that her skin tone definitely helps her get where she is today. Mm. Yeah, I do. Okay. It just is what it is. Ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Okay. In my hearts of our hearts, if Cardi was on the darker side, she would have not never got as big as she got. Okay. It just is what it is. Cause let's be real. Cardi B was just uh about Cardi B was a bunch of personality. Okay. Now I do think that Cardi B could have gotten somewhere in Hollywood if she was a dark skinned woman. Now that I do believe, because it is what it is. I think Cardi B's initial foot in the door was her skin tone and her personality. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real. It was her skin tone and her personality, because one, society tends to what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. They like light skinned women. You know what I'm saying? They like light skinned women. So they tend to, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I cannot get the word. It is what it is. They be giving them opportunities. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I'm saying? I do believe, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Cardi B has came a long way. Yes, people tend to do that. People tend to do look better the older they get, but not me. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know? Yeah, let's keep it real. I like to talk what I know. Shit, I know myself. So shout out to that. Like okay. Cause I was finna say, you want me to keep it real? I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Cardi B has come a long way as far as looks goes. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, you know what I'm saying? Now that's not to say if I was to get in Hollywood tomorrow, they wouldn't change me and I don't know. You never know. There probably is some couple of things that they could do to enhance me. You see, it is what it is. But in my hearts of our hearts, I don't feel like I need that. Okay, regardless of whatever, regardless of whatever anybody else might say, I'm talking about me, myself, and I. Okay, like Beyonce said. But no. Yeah, you see, back to Cardi though. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B is one of them girls who was extremely mediocre, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Um, when she first came out, so it took, yeah, you know, all the things that it took to go ahead and enhance her. But it is what it is. To me, she would have never even got the opportunity had she not been of a certain skin tone. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And Hollywood tends to, it is what it is. They tend to look out for girls like that. So anyway, shout out to her and shout out to that. Then after that, let me go ahead, because I ain't talked about none of the stuff I wanted to talk to y'all about, and we ain't doing that today. I promise you, we gonna get through this. So let me get my pen out so I can start checking out the stuff I talked about already. Let me see. So there was this story about Cash Doll. Hold on. I don't think I want to talk about Cash Doll just yet. Let me get off of that real quick. So, I'll be sure, y'all. I'll be sure ain't sure about what he want to tell the people about Diddy, and so they told him, "Listen, get your shit together, and we'll talk to you later." It just is what it is. They gave Abby Sure the boot. Okay, he was supposed to be working on a book. Child, them people said they packed up. Okay, yeah, them people said. You see, it just is what it is. They cut the hell. Listen, they cut the lights the hell off on LB Sure, okay? They said you call us back when you figure out what the hell it is you want to do. We ain't gonna play with you. It just is what it is. And me, in my most honest, personal, humble opinion, Abby Sure needs to leave the Diddy stuff alone. Okay? It just is what it is. He's just too scary. Okay? Um, Cause like I don't care. All right. Um Now just real quick down memory lane. If you let Al B tell it, Al B is a part of a group of people, a small group of people that was tied to Diddy in his earlier years, in his earlier career. Now, according to Al and others, that group of people, they have all passed on. They have all passed away. A lot of people think that that group of people might have knew something, that knew something, that knew something. Okay, so people think that that's why they all gone now. It is what it is, and then we all know Al, had some type of health scare that landed him in the hospital. And if you let Al tell it, somebody tried to get rid of him. Okay, literally tried to wipe him out. And I think, honestly, I think he thinks it's Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But he's too scared to either say what he knows or he don't really know shit. You see, it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, the people that was helping him with his books gave him his walking papers. They tired. And I am too, quite frankly. Because every time he come out, he ain't talking about nothing. It just is what it is. He ain't talking about nothing. It's almost like he reminds me of Aubrey. He likes being tied to Diddy. He likes talking about Diddy. But every single time he opens his mouth up, it's nothing. No information whatsoever. So he lost his book deal. Now, anyway, word on the curb is Melly trial. They doing him wrong. I mean, it just is what it is. I get it, but I don't. I understand like you being scared to let somebody out in society who did a horrible crime. You know what I'm saying? But so I understand how scary that is, and I understand how somebody wouldn't want to do that. But then at the same time, you don't have enough evidence to convict them of said crime. It seems like. So y'all just you people in the courts, y'all don't know nothing about letting God fight y'all battles. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It is what it is. Cause like you see, two things can't be true at one time. He possibly did do what they saying he did, but they ain't been able to convict him. It just is what it is. So they just hold him in jail, child, until 2027 when his new trial starts. Um. Shield said, Layla Ali said it's a no go. It's a no go. I said, you know what? Shield said, okay, so this lady basically used me to sell her turmeric, her oregano spices, and you see all of that, all of that. I said, child, it is what it is. Maybe she did. It is what it is, Clarissa. Go fight somebody your own age, baby. We'll be here when you do. You know what I'm saying? We'll be here when you do. It is what it is. Us boxing fans, we rocking with you, Clarissa. Anyway, shout out to that. And then after that, let me move on. Let me talk Asian doll, Asian doll, Asian doll, Asian doll. Oh my God. She posted herself a picture of herself being pregnant the other day. She's so cute. She looks so cute pregnant too. Honestly, I think this baby is gonna soften her up a lot. I do. So shout out to her. Shout out to that. We don't know though. We do not know, baby. I don't know because you just. You got a lot of mamas that be keeping on. You see, they do. They just keep on, keep keeping on, like the song said. So anyway, I don't know what DJ Academics. I don't know what want to talk to y'all about with him. Doja Cat. Doja Cat, baby, I don't know what's going on with you, your career. Like, I'm not gonna even question it though, because Doja Cat do be putting out that heat. Okay, it just is what it is. Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. Spo and Phil. Not ain't Phil. What's the man name in Miami? It's been a minute. My mind went blank. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Miami organization. Y'all get Doja Cat a jersey. It is what it is. She be putting the heat out. But I know just recently she made it was so funny too. Doja just cried. She's talking about welcome to my channel. But tell me why she kept saying welcome to my channel. Some. And tell you why it took me forever. Y'all, when I say forever, it did. It took me forever before I realized it was Doja Cat. I mean, literally, I think I had to jump in the comments and read that it was Doja Cat. That was crazy to me. Doja Cat, do something with yourself, babe, because you was over there looking like Britney, okay? For real. I don't know if Brittany Rayner really looked like Doja Cat or Doja Cat really looked like Brittany Rayner, but yeah, it was given one in the same the other day for me. Okay? It just is what it is. So anyway, shout out to that. And then after that, let me move on. Blueface. Blueface allegedly gets him a new name. He called himself Crip Face. I said, okay. He just needs to get out. It is what it is. He's clearly bored. But I will say this though. He's really giving done with Krishan. And I'm like, okay, you go ahead on with your bad self then. I ain't mad at it. It is what it is. You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people who felt like Blueface could do better than Krishan. So shout out to that. Shout out to the fact that he might be trying to really go on without Krishan for real. Um, I don't know though. Just something tells me they will always have a place in each other's heart and wallet, or resume, or something like that. You see, it just is what it is. Because I could definitely see Blueface getting out and working with Krishan again. See, that's the thing with Krishan though. Krishan, I can't say that. I take it back. I can definitely see him wanting to work with her though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to that. Cause as long as Krishan don't run her brand in the ground, dog. That's the thing. See, Blueface was trying to protect Krishan from running her brand in the ground. Cause she really don't know what she doing. She don't. She just winking it. She to me, Krishan is really out here just doing what she know. You know what I'm saying? She just doing what she been doing. She doing what she know what she know Blueface be doing, right? But I think I personally think there's a lot of stuff that Krishan don't know that Blueface do. It is what it is. Because remember when he was saying he don't even want to be an artist, he want to be a manager. So at that point, I think it was stuff that he was learning. It is what it is. Lots of stuff that he was learning. Like for instance, when Blueface is out, Blueface know how to book them shows. Now, Krishan, she be here and there. You know what I'm saying? Singing Yahweh. Shout out to her. Shout out to that. And I'm not being funny either because I like that song. I told y'all that. I actually like Krishan's music. Like I can't explain it either. I can't explain it. Because one thing about Krishan, to me, she don't even like, how can I explain it? Like, to me, she don't even like, it don't seem like she putting her all into her music, if that makes sense. But she could still come up with a vibe. And that's crazy because You got now, depending on who you ask. I like some of her songs, you know? I do. And like I said, it's crazy because some of these people can't even buy a song. Like you got Agboy V, who is talented to me. But I don't know none of Agboy V's songs. None of them. Krishan got that Yahweh. I like that song. Then she got the one A Vibe All the Time. But then what's that other one she made with that little YT boy? Like that song did a little something for her. And I said all that to say, like, it's almost like she be in the studio playing and she could still come up with some good music. You know what I'm saying? I like that about Krishan. It almost seems like what would she really do with, better stuff, better everything. Somebody to help her write all kinds of stuff. I think she'll do okay. Because I think that Yahweh song, I really like it. You know what I'm saying? It was a damn good song. So anyway, like I was saying, one thing about Blueface though, Blueface knows how to get the bookings. It just is what it is. I realized that was all of his doing when Jaden's motion slowed down completely when he went to jail. You see, like ain't no way in hell she had just got started musically and then just had to stop the car. You see? Like, they didn't plan that well at all. If I'm Jaden Alexis, how she didn't talk to Blueface about her career before he left? You know? Like, if nothing else, they should have still kept going. Because, again, to me, Blueface is another one who know how to put some music together real fast. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. He do, and and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's stuff that they've been working on. Maybe it's not that fast of a thing. Um, Maybe I said it wrong. Blueface know how to put a bop together. Cause I like Jaden's music too. I do. I like Jaden Alexis songs. I just feel like she didn't get the opportunity to push them like she should have. Um, because Blueface went to jail. But that's crazy. That girl should have been working. That girl should have been working. Blueface should have came back to her having a bigger bag and a bigger sound. Like, I cannot believe. Because other than that, it's almost like it was for nothing. You know? Like, all the little, I'm not going to say the cloud, because she still got the cloud, but all the little noise and buzz and everything she did, marketing wise, it just died down. You know what I'm saying? When he went to jail, that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. If nothing else, I would have been trying to figure out what was going to happen with my career while he was gone. So I don't know. But anyway, overall, I feel like Blueface does know the business, and I feel like he will be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be giving him a hard time. I don't really think Blueface had fell off like that. He probably wasn't making music like that when he met Krishan, but and me personally, I hadn't um really witnessed him falling off. To me, he was just being an artist at the time. But it is what it is. If you let Krishan tell it, and a whole lot of people, they be acting like she revived his career, or like something had died, like his motion or something. And like, I don't know that to be true. I know he was quiet before he collabed with Krishan, but I wouldn't say he had fell off. There is a difference. There's definitely a difference. I feel like Blueface was doing what he wanted to do when he ran into Krishan. Um, and what he wanted to do was clearly he was trying to make a bad girls club or something similar. You know what I'm saying? Um, which makes me kind of think about what his mama be doing. You know, his mama got her own reality show. You know, so I don't know. I feel like Blueface was over rapping, kind of when he met Krishan. It just is what it is. Um, they might, I don't know. He might get out and work with Krishan again, though. I wouldn't mind seeing it because I think they make good money together. You know, outside of the relationship thing, I think they're good business partners. Um, Anyway, and then after that, let me talk about so I talked about the woman in New York already. Prayers for her and her family. I really, really pray. I really, really pray that you and your family are able to keep you safe. Y'all know that lady in New York went viral for that man cussing her out and tripping with her, and he went to jail. Uh, and then I talked about Cash Dog breakup already. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. I told y'all, Darius, Mr. No Makeup, he was doing too much. It is what it is. He was doing too much too soon. Cash Dog was doing too much with him too soon, too. If you ask me, trying to make the baby daddy mad, and everybody so laughing at the baby daddy and, thinking, it's so funny that he in pain, not realizing that Cash Doll is still in pain, too. Cash Doll ain't nowhere near over her baby daddy. And now she got to get over this new guy, too. You see? Mm-hmm. When she shouldn't have never been with him like that in the first place. It just is what it is. Learn how to be by yourself. Learn how to date. Okay? And not publicly either. So anyway, and then though, speaking of Carlissa though, real quick, speaking of Carlissa, word on the curb is people are trying to get Carlissa kicked off online. I said, ooh, I was gonna put that on my blog, but then once I saw, you know, I just didn't have the energy. It is what it is. I let her make it. I'm gonna let Carlissa make it. Plus, she posted her own tea. Yeah, she dropped that dun dun dun. I was like, girl. I hopped in her comments. I was like, I was just about to post that, Carlissa. But yeah, no. Word on the curb is people is really signing the petition. They want Carlissa gone. Okay. Hey, shout out to that. Oh my God, that sounds so cool, Mike Check Media. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mike Tech Media for jumping in my comments with that. Having a little karaoke. Um. Anyway, yeah. They want Carlissa offline. They say she a bully. She ain't got nothing never nothing nice to say. She always talking about Krishan. She always talking about Krishan's child. You know. Um, I agree. But I can't say that I want her kicked off online. I don't know about that part. But I do feel like Carlissa has to grow up, and fast. I mean, it just is what it is. I listen. Two things can be true at once. Carlissa doesn't know how to carry herself. Okay, to me, in my most humble opinion. Um, yeah, she be tripping. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. She be tripping. But again, Carlissa also be looking for engagement, remind you. Carlissa also likes to be talked about. She likes the attention. Um, so that's that. But yeah, folks is trying to petition her right on off of the internet. They want her, Carlissa, they want your ass, okay? It just is what it is. They want you off the internet, okay? So anyway, shout out to Carlissa and shout out to that. Hold on. I got about 20 more minutes, guys. I got about 20 more minutes. Let's get through this. You see? It's just something about them early mornings. I like to come get it like the worm, baby. Okay, I like to come get it and then back up off of it. Okay, shout out to that. I got the whole day. So anyway, um, um, Kirk and Rashida got a little drama going on. I said, ooh, I'm sad for them. I'm really sad for them. You know, because although whatever, they catch a lot of flack for their marriage. I still love marriages. It is what it is. I love marriages. I Good ones. You know what I'm saying? I do good ones. Happily married people. It just is what it is. But yeah, and yeah, word on the curb is Kirk and Rashida might have be tied to some really bad news because word on the curb is Kirk's daughter allegedly something happened with his daughter to where her boyfriend ended up getting unalived, okay? And now they trying to figure out who did it. Now, I've been hearing a whole lot of stuff. I don't really want to repeat what I'm hearing because there's just not enough clarity for me, one. And then two, the police haven't even came out and said anything. So I'm gonna wait too. Okay. Just is what it is. But I did want to let my audience know, and I'm sure a lot of y'all already know, and probably already heard some of the details that I heard. But allegedly, his daughter's boyfriend was unalived by somebody, and they trying to figure out if Kirk's other kids, okay, might have been involved. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. And oh, my little thing, little head scarf, it be hurting my head sometimes. It's a little tight. But anyway, Offset says Stefan and Cardi B is like the unseasoned version of him and Cardi, and I could see that. Yeah, you see. I can see that a little bit. Even though I'll say I gotta keep it real. Stefan do got a little bit of swag. There's a little swag when I looked out, right? The problem with Stefan for me is though Stefan just he thinks he's bad. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know? Like to me, he to me, like what's God say? When you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. You see? Like that's how Stefan Diggs comes out from to me. For me. It just is what it is. He come off like he think he's so bad. You know? Yeah, he do. So anyway, that's that. Shout out to everybody though. Shout out to Offset and Stephon Diggs, okay? And then after that, let's talk Cash Doll's breakup. Like I said, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, it is what it is. I knew it. Jajarius. Oh, I will say this about Cash Doll's breakup though. A lot of people feel like, okay, so Cash Doll went to a wedding just recently. And um she posted the pictures. And in the pictures was her two kids, her two kids, and her new boyfriend that she was dating. And so the baby daddy commented on the picture. He was just like, my son don't want to be there. He said they son ain't don't want to be there. And so the boyfriend said, like, when you ready to pay for school clothes and tuition, call me. And so a lot of people feel like that's what got the boyfriend can. And I can believe there's some truth to it. Because let me tell you something. Ever since he said that, people been saying tuition about the baby daddy. So in other words, Cash Doll is a very private person. I think that did annoy her. You know, like, why are you getting into it with my baby daddy online? I don't like that, probably. You know, and two, why are you telling our business? Why are you telling our business? Not to mention So you gonna make things harder on me? Cause 9 times out of 10, if you telling my baby daddy he need the help with tuition, that probably ain't gonna make him help. You know what I'm saying? You know, 9 times out of 10, he probably gonna be like, get this big mouth ninja to do it. You know what I'm saying? Get this big mouth ninja to do it. Um, And guess what the baby daddy did? How right online and said, I guess I'll be paying that tuition by myself after all. Yeah. You see, oh boy just did it to himself. You know, right on the carpet, he just did it to himself. To me, he was just doing too much. Write the check and shut up. You know what I'm saying? You get into it with my baby daddy out all the time, every day online. Y'all both looking like cloud chasers. It just is what it is. I'm glad Cash Doll came to her senses because I was trying to tell her, like, I listen, a good man don't gotta scream and shout about being a good man, Savannah. You see, it just is what it is. Like, he just cool with being a good man, you know, whether we know it or not. He just wanted online to know. Too bad for me. It just is what it is. It was giving groupie a little bit in a sense. And then anyway, Offset allegedly slept with Sweetie for real. Like we knew that, but we ain't really know that for real. Like it was being denied. I could have sworn Sweetie denied it. They definitely blocked it. Yeah. They did. They did not want us to know that. And for a long time we didn't know that. We kind of still don't know. But allegedly DJ Academic said it was true. So it is what it is. Kind of believe it. Um, and then I already talked about that. And so finesse 2 times. Him and his mama getting into it. Mama had to put up a GoFundMe. It's sad. You know, it's really sad. I pray that his mom is able to get on his feet on her feet though. It just is what it is. It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get on your feet and solely depend on yourself. It is what it is. I hate to say it, but I really wish she would have already been doing that. Cause she are like I just feel like you know your son, right? You know your son. So to me, you should know that you. I ain't mad at her. I just yeah I pray for better days for his mother, okay? Who by the way says that she is you know, just trying to keep a roof over her head while she battles with a case she got going on. And I will take it a step further too. You know, she possibly finna go do some time too. So there's that, you know. Um Mama, you might want to look into like a roommate situation or something like that. But like, yeah, prayers up for his mama. I really hope that she's able to get on her feet because she in tour with Finesse right now. You know what I'm saying? And we all know how that goes. Finesse don't want to give her no money, you know. So she out here. She out here. I guess she out here feeling uh alone. Okay, it is what it is. So prayers up for her though. Houston, I hope y'all got her and y'all hold her down. It is what it is. One thing I know about Houston, well, I feel like I know about Houston. I feel like Houston is a city full of movers and shakers, you know. And I just would like to think that Houston is one of them places where she'll be okay, especially after putting out a viral post like hers. You know what I'm saying? All she had to do, she could have got on there and said, uh, you know, today I had to walk to the store because I ain't got no car right now. And it would have went viral. I mean, it just is what it is. It's finesse 2 times mama. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like anything she says is gonna go viral at the moment. And I just feel like you got a lot of people. I think she could take advantage of that. Okay, it is what it is. I think she could take advantage of that. Even if it's somebody that was watching, they could like I said, rent her a room.
offer her a job, tell her where they think she could get hired at, you know what I'm saying? Because it just really, really seems like she needs some employment so she can get on her feet. But if you ask me, it also seems like she finna go to jail though too. She's fighting a case. She fighting a case. She probably gonna end up going to jail for it, or I don't know though. There's a possibility that she gonna sign for some paper or something like that too. So there's that. But hopefully she gets her life in line. I will say this though. She did say that like she not fooling with finesse no more. I don't know if I believe that. I do feel like sometimes family members can say that about each other and really, really mean it and be done. But for the most part, I just feel like her and finesse will eventually be okay again. But I also feel like if I'm her, I don't ever want to be in a position where I solely I'm dependent on finesse. It just is what it is. Now I'm not saying it's his mama that she should never take another dime or another quarter from him. But I do think she gonna go about it differently next time. I feel like solely depending on him, them days might really be over for her. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she did it in the first place. It is what it is. That's her son. And it don't matter how rich and wealthy that is her son. And you would think at some point she would have did something to get her own stuff going. It just is what it is. But shout out to Finesse's mother. I forgot her name. My bad. Yeah, who's going through what she's going through. I hope she gets through what she's going through. Okay. But anyway, then after that, let me move on. Let me talk about Max B and Lil Baby, child. Max B and Lil Baby. Hold on. Hold on. Child, I told y'all I didn't like Max B. He is like a blogger or something like that. So Lil Baby went on his thing and he just kept saying the N word, the N word, the N word. It was weird. And he was like, my parents named me what they named me, right? Because they said they didn't want to name me Jaquan or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted me to be a lawyer one day. It was just so corny. Like, first of all, let me just say this. Hold on. Okay. Let me just say this. Um, how can I put it? How can I put it? How can I put it? Okay. So y'all know I told y'all recently. I don't like when people that are non-black say the N-word. It just is what it is. I don't like that at all. It's one of those things that ruffle my feathers. To me, they out of line for it. Don't do it. It's not cute, right? You don't come from that cloud. Um, with that being said, another reason why I think a lot of people don't like it is because when they do it, they overdo it. You understand? So like they're not they like um they don't know how to do it. It's no other way to do, no other way to say it. They be like they overuse it. They overuse it. They say it too many times within a 1 minute span. You know what I'm saying? Which makes them look corny. Same thing with him. That's how he was using it. I'm serious. To the point where the baby had to ask him, like, what color are you? I think that's what he said. I forgot how he said it, but that's what he basically had to ask him. I think he was trying to ask him, is he mixed? You know what I'm saying? Because the way he used the N word, he seemed like to be mixed. He seems to be mixed. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, or adopted. You know? He just used it in a corny way. You know? Like, have you ever heard somebody trying to imitate things? Like, have you ever heard somebody try to imitate being hood and they just didn't do good at it? It looked corny. It was like you look like a YT person trying to act. You know what I'm saying? You don't really, like, how many people do you really be around? Because you don't really talk like us. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's almost like, is it something that you watching on TV? You know what I'm saying? It just gives corny. Like, that's what he was giving. It just is what it is. That's what he was giving, for real. He was giving, he's not from around these parts. And now I understand why. I could not. I told y'all I didn't like him like that. I couldn't figure out why I didn't like him like that. I just don't, you know? Child. Well, maybe that's why. You know what I'm saying? He just corny. He's corny. And like Kendrick Lamar said, not definitely nothing like us. Okay? It just is what it is. He is not like us. And when I say he, I mean I think his name is Max. And he's a streamer. Okay. He's a streamer that little baby just had to you know what I'm saying, get on the other day. You know, it was crazy. And then, yeah, the one that was like, my parents they didn't want to name me, because, and see, that alone will tell you that too. I don't talk like that. Like, we don't talk like that. Like, yes, I feel like as a culture, we know that, like, some names can be funny, some names can be outlandish, some names can be considered downright just ghetto, you know? Um, but we don't never be like, if I, this how people be talking. If I seen an application that said Raekwon, I would throw it in the trash. Like, we hear stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're aware of stuff like that. We know that though people that think like that exist, you know, but like, we don't talk like that, you know? So um I'm not gonna be like, I was gonna name my son da 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 da, but you know, well, I don't know. Like, we just don't talk like it. Like I said, I'm not gonna be like, my mom wanted to name me Shay Renee, but instead she named me Kelly because she wanted me to be an attorney. You know, no, we come from a place where, listen, no matter what your name is, you can be what you wanna be. You see, like I said, we're aware, we're aware, you know, um, but at the same time, we just don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just I can't explain it. It's a difference. Like, it's a difference from, like, knowing damn well that you ain't finna name your son Little Pistol Starter, right? On his damn, you not finna name him Little Pistol. It just is what it is. Little Pew Pew, Little Pop Pop. You see, Little Pop Pop, Little Pop Pop Brown. But we not finna say that. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to say it out loud. Like, cause it just comes off as corny. Yeah, my mama didn't name me Little Pop Pop because she wanted me to go somewhere in life. Man, like, man. You know what I'm saying? We was having an okay conversation, bro. Why you had to bust out with that? Like, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He just different. You see, like 2 Chainz said, I told you I knew it was something that I didn't like about him. And so then As the stream goes on and on and on and on and on, they kept getting even more weird. If you ask me, I feel like the baby wasn't feeling him like that. It just is what it is. He wasn't. Because when he was like, my parents didn't name me Jaquan because they wanted me to be an attorney. And the baby was like, I think he said, what color is you? He was like, I'm black. He was like, Jaquan, if you watching, don't listen to this. You could be whatever it is you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but then also the baby was like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna bust the stream down with me. And oh boy was like, well, what does that mean? And then he started saying, scam. Well, why are they saying you're scamming me? Like, what? Like, who in the hood even does that? You know? It was so crazy to me how he started acting, how he started talking, like clearly, you know what I'm saying? Clearly, clearly, clearly. Not like us. You know, like Kendrick Lamar said, and like, there it is, you know? There it is. I knew I could not put my finger on what I don't like about him. And that's what it is. It is what it is. He just green. You know what I'm saying? Green and corny. It is what it is. Like real corny. You know, like I just you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to people that we like connect with and stuff, you gotta give me something I can work with. Like I don't really be agreeing with him on nothing. I didn't agree with him on how he was talking around Lil Baby. I didn't agree with him with how he did Christian. You know, it's just like, but now I see why. I was able to actually listen to him and listen to him. That's why he just different. You can tell he is different. He grew up different. Like he don't even properly know how to use ninja. It just is what it is. He don't. He overly uses it. It's to the point where the baby was looking like, and you know something. If somebody gotta stop mid sentence and ask you like, what color is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know something is off and weird. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly you sitting here, even though even though you look like you could be biracial, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here clearly looking like a black man. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he had to stop and ask you what race you are, you not acting. He wasn't acting like a black man. It just is what it is. He wasn't. Um, Child, so there's that. I see what I ain't been feeling about him. Max lately. It's crazy too. I wonder how long his stuff will be around. I know he be doing numbers though. He do. He be doing numbers. I don't know how much longer that's gonna last though. Considering that he making everybody mad. And I take it a step further too, like I just feel like once you get that word out about you, then people act funny with you. You know what I'm saying? See, like I feel like Lil Baby wasn't acting funny with him. Lil Baby was chilling, but I feel like he started making Lil Baby uncomfortable. So Lil Baby started making him back uncomfortable. But I said that to say like now I feel like okay. So I know he had a little issue with TJ. You remember? He was telling TJ like you can't smoke in here. TJ was ignoring his ass. Now I see why TJ was doing him the way he did him. But it is what it is. So that's two rappers. That's TJ and Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like all you gotta do is get the word out. If they get the word out, they gonna start handling him. Um, it's crazy too. That's another thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. But they was discussing payment for Lil Baby. The baby was basically saying like whatever this stream make, you gonna give me half, you know what I'm saying? And oh boy was like at first he was like acting like he was down, but then he started saying, why they saying you scamming me? You scamming me? Is that what the scam? And the baby was like, where would the scam come from? Like, how would I be scamming you, bro? Like, Quit being annoying. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think they should have talked about that before he got there. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I think with DDG, um, I feel like with DDG, I ain't gonna be no, I feel like DDG ain't let nobody come on there um confused about what they making. I don't know why. I just get that vibe from DDG. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I ain't seen that many people though. I think I ain't seen nobody but Sexy Red and the baby, but still though, I just feel like DDG probably be having his stuff together. DDG just he looked like he pay people. I don't know why. He seems like he pays people. I could be wrong. But I just got that vibe from DDG. I could be wrong though, but he just seemed like DDG seemed like he a player, like he'll pay somebody for their time. Like almost like it's even insulting for him to not want to pay somebody. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like Sexy Red was chilling with DDG all in Italy and stuff like that on his live. I don't think nobody doing that for free. It just is what it is. But yeah, child, it was strange. That little dude is not like us. Okay, nothing like us. We're gonna have to see how many people go over there and still fool with him. But yes, y'all, let me go. Because I need to get my kid up. Oh, I need to make sure my kid is up for school. We got school here. This our first day back. Okay, first day of school. Let's get it. Let's get it. For one of my kids anyway. So anyway, y'all, I had so much fun with y'all. I had a funky good time with y'all. Y'all know that I always do. I'll be back tomorrow. If anything pop out though, I will come back today. So shout out to that. Don't forget to hit the like button, okay? And subscribe. Turn y'all notifications on so y'all know when I'm live. I don't want y'all to miss a thing. You see? And I'm going to see y'all on my next video.